Mahaba, mahaba. Good morning, everyone. What I have right here, I am braising some Angus beef. Yes, I'm braising some Angus beef. And right now, I gotta stir my Angus beef. Let me get my rinse off my spoon. Everything is clean, but OCD, you know me. Everything has to be done 5 times. 5 times. Not once, not twice, not 5 times. No, usually 3 times. There we go. Right here. Braising this. Braising it, braising it, braising it. Let it simmer. Let it simmer. It's on under 7. This is a Samsung 30-inch induction cooktop oven. Heats up very quickly, very, very quickly. Next thing is prepping. I gotta wash the chicken. I gotta prep the chicken. Got chicken thigh meat. So what I have here, this is Angus beef. I added ground curry powder, black pepper, cayenne pepper, salt, black pepper. I said black pepper. Now I'm simmering it for a little bit. Now you see the stock that's in there, the juices? That's water and white vinegar. Let that simmer for a little bit, and then I have my onions that I have to cut up and saute. I'll let them cook with that. So I'm going to lower this now. So I'm going to let this cook for about probably about 45 minutes on a low heat. Nice little simmer. Then add the vegetables that I'm going to add to it. So here I go. Here I go. Here I go. Here I go. Leave that right there like that one. That cooks. The magnet. Put you on the magnet. No, you're not on the magnet. You're not on the magnet. There you go. I'll put you like that. So what I'm going to do, I grate the onions. I should have actually prepped the onions and had them already prepared, but I didn't do that. But anyway, here we have it, like that, just like that. And let that simmer, let that cook. Yay, I have the right attachment. Alright, so you're going to simmer and cook. And I'm going to take you off right now. Right, you're not hot. This part of the stove is not hot. So I can let that cook right there like that. Yeah, see? And then what you do, well, what I do with the remaining juices from the meat, and like I said, it's white vinegar and water. I don't use oil because there's enough oil inside the meat, you know, a lot of protein in that, so you don't need to use oil. You know, just, you know, bad habits didn't start overnight, so to correct and amend bad habits, you make slow steps to just have healthy food, you know, and it makes a world of a difference. It makes a world of a difference for your overall well-being, and as well as your health, because if you haven't heard, you haven't seen, healthcare is really a bad dream. That rhymes. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Oh, there we go. So there, alright there, alright there. Okay. I will, I'm gonna cut a pin. I'll do that. I used to go live on the TikTok. I don't really use the TikTok much. Because the TikTok is, well, it's like the rest of these apps, you know. The shit tons, they got their hands in everything. Let me get my onions. Put you there like that for me. Trying to balance this, and well, gravity is going against my plan. Can't fight gravity. Gravity always wins. Just like trying to pass the sun. Like I said, we got into this situation with this disaster because they thought they were going to pass the sun. The moon will never pass the sun. No planets in the orbit. They can pass, but while they pass, they're not going to ever come back the same. They'll be broken up and spit out like last week's debris. The debris. Here we go. Hold on here. There's the beef. I gotta cut up the onions. Hold on, everybody. Hold on, I'll be right back. Operator, help me! Hold on. Sound sound effects. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna put you over here. All right, that's on a nice simmer. Keep it low, so that the beef, the meat, just basically, you could just, it's like butter, baby. It's like butter. I gotta get my onions. Hold on, I gotta get the onions. Then I gotta take the laundry out. Right, Maxie boy? Right, Maxie boy? Oh my God, I really should have prepped. I should have prepped. Oh God. Hold on, here's the chicken now. Chicken thigh, right? Now, Donald J. Trump. See, now I was buying chicken breasts, but because of your BS and your greed with these POSs that you're horizontal with, well, here we have it. But at least I'm eating. Alhamdulillah Rahman Rahim. Again, anyone who is marching today in this parade, any elected official, we're going to march you out of office. We're going to march you out of office. And I was just reading that they're planning, listen to this crapola on steroids. This Republican and these Democrats, they are trying to merge our military with Israel. They want to merge our military with Israel. Step away from the crack pipe. Step away from the crack pipe. Please step away from the crack pipe. Unreal. Are you people out of your freaking minds? So tell me something. Is it the United States of America or is it the United States of Trash Israeli? Did I stutter? OCD, everything's clean. Oh God! 3 times! Do it again! Yeah, people. So that's what they want to do. They want to turn around. They want to try to merge our military, which is a bunch of horizontal freaking humps getting paid while young men and women are being unalived. Young men and women are coming home mentally freaking blown up, mentally out of their minds because of the food that they're given, because of the abuse that they're subjected to, and because of the carnage that they're witnessing, all for billionaires. All for billionaires. Who's going to step up to the plate and put on their big boy underwear, their big girl panties, and put a stop to this? Who? Chicken thigh. Chicken thigh. Yeah, people. Yep, I was just reading that on Facebook. But on another subject matter, you see these little trays? These little trays are good. for like your pens, your markers, your crayons if you want. You can make signs with them. F Israeli, FDJT. If anybody who's not with humanity. My eyes are very crossed. Always wash your food. Here's my onions. The onions. What are you doing here? I'm sure there's nothing in the background. Okay. Who's watching? Hello, hello. I don't have my eyeglasses on. I can't read comments. If you anybody saying anything stupid, anybody who watches my channel, bump the POS off. POSs. Okay. Con di pollo. Con di pollo. The same thing. Salt, pepper, and vinegar. Water. My mother trained us from when we were kids. Oh, and let me say this: people who watch my channel, I get this stuff. I get these things where why are adults born in the 50s and 60s so tough? Because they were neglected. No, you assholes. Our parents were given what they were given because people come to work. People don't come from this asswipe society where they're pampered and you're an ornament. In the real world, my mother, my father, people in my age category, there was no pampering of the ass. This is real life. So stop coming up with your AI. Why are people, people from my age category, we're hard ass. We're hardcore. We're like no nonsense people for the people who have been able to sustain and survive. And it's not because of neglect. It's because society has created situations where families are struggling. Working families are struggling, or whether it's a single parent household, because of greedy SOBs, like the SOBs that are doing what they're doing in our country. All right, where people have to go out and they're working 2 and 3 jobs just to sustain, just to put a potato and egg on the friggin' table. That's the reality. So take all your nonsense about the neglect. No, society is what has neglected society and the governmental bodies, that they rake people over the frickin' mills. That's what they do. And we got the same crap going on now. But anyway, I'm actually a very kind, loving person. I really am. But I'm not kind, and I'm not horizontal with bullshit. I'm not horizontal with the nonsense that goes on in our society. Never have been, never will be. All right. The spices I'm going to use, I'm going to show everybody. It's a spicy situation. All right, I have my powder. Well, if you go to over here, turn you off. So much for my onions that I have not cut yet. I'm getting there. Who's on here? All right. Yeah, you see this stuff. Get the hell out of here. You people don't know jack-ish. You don't know jack-ish. You go and buy some, oh, well, according to Leave It to Beaver, mom stood home and made chocolate chip cookies, and dad went to work, and they lived in the suburbs. Yeah, that's the Hollywood bullshit dream that society has freaking implanted into everybody's brain. But other than that, okay, here we go. Gotta get everything out. Okay. This right here. This right here. This is called Amchur powder is mango. What I recommend to people, go to, well, not for anybody who supported Donald Trump. Anybody who supported Donald Trump, you stick to salt and pepper. You don't eat no ethnic food. You're not allowed. We do not want you in no ethnic restaurants. We don't want you buying no ethnic food. Honestly, I did not say that. You stick with salt and pepper. The spice of life. You're not entitled to the spice of life because you think that because of somebody's different ethnicity, that because of how the media has portrayed people, that people can be rounded up like they're savages for these cucks to make billions of dollars. Salt. Here we go. Now wash the hands. Who's on here? Now I'm going to keep the skin on the chicken. Because I'm going to broil this. Yeah, when you soak meat in with water and vinegar, the vinegar is maltodextrin. Read the food labels. Basically everything that you're going to consume is going to contain maltodextrin. There we go. See that piece? There's the thigh meat. It's soaked, see? The vinegar removes any impurities that are in it. No, I wasn't a butcher, but I know from the Hunts Point market, because my son's father's family, they were in the market with distribution of produce. Yeah, a lot of those places. Well, they're sanitary. They have to be sanitized with the Board of Health, but there are slip-ups and mishaps that occur. So always wash your meat. Everything that you consume before you ingest, wash it. Bless it, sanitize it, because you don't know who's handling it and what kind of energy they have. Everyone, I believe everyone, well, I can't say everyone, most people, black and brown people, we're very spiritual. We're led by spirit. Arabs, Muslims, absolutely. Russians too. My Russians. All right, we washed off. We good. Now, gonna mix it up. Put this on. No, I don't want to touch all that. All right, so here's the spices. This is amchur powder. This is mango powder. This is curry powder. Black pepper. Morita pepper. Very, very good. So I'm gonna just take everything. I'm gonna put it together in one of my little mix, put it a little shackle. go with the glass. Amchur powder. Amchur. Mango. Like that. I don't use measure. I'm ethnic. I don't measure. I know my measurements. I said my mother trained us since we were kids. Get up, make your bed, wash up, have your breakfast, brush your teeth. Get on. We didn't have a school bus. We used to walk to school. I was actually responsible to take my younger sister to school. Right? So an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old walking up Gun Hill Road in the Bronx. We lived on Learning Avenue. And then we had moved to Edenwall. When we lived on Learning Avenue, there was an Irish guy who owned the house. And so we had the apartment upstairs. It was like 3 bedrooms. And then there was, he had the downstairs, right? And, well, those connected, adjoined apartment houses over there. He was a white dude. Whitey white. Like, you know, that ruddy skin where, you know, like you can see right through somebody's flesh. It was a Jamaican lady who lived downstairs. And, well, he was a visitor there. And, well, then later on, as things happen, right? In a grocery store, because my family, my stepfather, he had people, and whatever, somebody in Yonkers, anyway, so lo and behold, I see this guy in the supermarket with his pregnant wife, and I'm like, but he's always at that lady's house. What's going on there? Yeah. So you know what, people? You think you're being cute? Trust and believe. Any shady crap that you have ever done that you think was hidden, people have seen you. People have seen you. So, but anyway, the moral of the story is getting back to cooking and my mom. Yeah, she trained us like soldiers. Like no kid of mine is taking nobody's dish from nobody. You got your children, and then you become handicapped, and then you got to raise your kids, and you do a good job, and you make sure they're not slouches, you make sure nobody messes with them, and if they do, you know how to handle it, because she was a hardcore, my mother. Russia! And the speed, yeah. Yep. So, for the people who watch me, and maybe they supported the Donald, but maybe, hopefully now, they've come to the realization, like, yo, this guy ain't no good. What he's done is terrible. And, well, here we have it. You see, the methodology in society with these people, I say people that are elected officials, they need to have a target. And inclusive with that target will be black, brown, poor people. It goes in that category. And now the song and dance that has been played out, once that man came down the escalator, once he started going off, see, he had his hate, he had the people that are racist, he had them hook, line, and sinker, you know? He had them hook, line, and sinker, and, well, so they bought into it. Because what people don't realize, this is garlic powder, so good. What people don't realize is that there always has to be a scapegoat. And usually the scapegoat are the people who do not have the finances to back themselves up with legal, this, that, and the other. And so this is why we have what we have. But people are hip now. People have finally woken up. People are finally woken up. So we have to make for damn sure that our government, our military doesn't merge. Could you imagine? A joint military? United States and is it the United States of America or is it the United States of frickin' Israel? Unbelievable. Oh, you people are such sacks of poop. Read it. Read it. Yep. Look for my cilantro. I have to find my cilantro. Oh, cilantro. Where's that put you? Oh, God. You hiding out on me? My cilantro. Cilantro. It went into the witness protection program. It's hiding out. Where'd you go? Yeah, make a little mix. See? That's a mix. OCD, my hands are clean, but I was touching the dog. I worked with when I was a PAA, and I worked at 42nd and 8th, the lieutenant that was working there. He said, I was like, oh, I know I'm not the only one who does this. He was, I wonder if that guy's still alive. He was always a nice guy. He would leave the office and he would lock it up and he'd walk out and he'd come back and he'd walk out. I was like, I do that. Okay, here you go. The pollo. Here's the pollo. Now the pollo has been soaking in the agua. So I'm going to drain out that agua. Hold on. Hello. Who's ever watching? Hello. Okay, just pour it on. Pour it on, mix it in. And then I add tomato paste to it. And when you open up a can of tomato paste, you can put it into a jar, buy yourself citric acid, and then throw some vinegar into that so that, unless you use it within like a week, it'll get mold. But the citric acid prevents the mold. So here you go. Yeah. This crap here on YouTube, what they're doing, this is how degenerative this world is. Mixing food, right? These psychos, I've seen them. This is the sick freaking world, and I know where it's coming from. Listen to this. Making food, right? So, one broad, she's making the food, right? And as she's doing it, she's making it into the shape of anatomical features that we all have. I'm watching this shit and I'm like, yo, you go blank yourself, because this is what they do. They take stuff like that, and then while they're doing that, they lure people in, right? That with the algorithms, people that'll prepare food, people that'll talk about social justice, and they play around with games. So just watch. And I say for all of us minorities, watch your videos, because what they like to do with AI, tampering with AI, right? Now, there's software to eliminate all this crap. All right? But yeah, people are sick. We live in a sick freaking world, a sick, vile world. Yep. There's that meat. Now you gotta cover up. Okay. Anyway, there was that. Time to reload. So I posted on Facebook to our Health and Human Service Secretary, Mr. Kennedy. Kennedy. I would always stutter on K's. Like Connecticut. Connecticut. Took me a long time to say that the right way. That the foods. Oh, that he has this slogan, Maha, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kennedy. Make America healthy again? We were never healthy. We were never healthy. How about create, like I said, create a healthy America. CAHA, create a healthy America. Not make America healthy again, because that's bullshit. That's bullshit on steroids, all right? Because you've all been making money off the food manufacturers, the food sources, the food producers, right? Cargill, right? It's amazing when the people think you're an idiot, right? And they think our heads screw on. Boy, must accidents happen in the house. See, I got a little tray here for the dog, which is actually a little muffin pan, which thank you, Damon. Thank you for that brilliance, because you are a brilliant man. You have more than one pet, get a little muffin pan. The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. This is me. I don't use nothing, no alcohol. Oh, God. There we go. Oh, if you ever need a cutting board, people, think outside the box. Everything you do, everything you look at, think outside the box. Think of what that could be used for as an alternative. That's it. This is a placemat in the dollar store, Dollar Tree, which is now the dollar. Well, it's no longer going to be a Dollar Tree. It's going to be the $2 tree. But whatever it is, it is. It's all good. Well, the inflation isn't, but this is what we have. A placemat can be used as a cutting board. Just so you know. Get back to the baby. Oh my God. Like butter. Here we go. I gotta open up another can of tomato paste. I got this sauce here. I can use this sauce. Yeah, same thing. You buy a can of jar tomato sauce, like for whatever you pasta, whatever you want to make, rice. citric acid prevents spoilage unless you use it right away. You know? Also, the same thing with prescriptions. You know, they tell you the prescription expires. That's bullshit because the compounds do not break down. You know, don't use a prescription that's 10 years old, but if something has expired within a 2-year window, the efficacy will still be present. Trust me. This is how they make money. They make money by selling everybody lines of bullshit. And they drop the anchor and people buy it. Oh God, here you go. Let me sell you this. Let me sell you this jar of cream to make you look 30 years younger. Do you know what our government has done as far as the pedagogical system with the lies about Israel? They taught us when I was in Catholic school that the Israelis were there because it was in the Bible, and they created kibbutzes to take over their inherited land. That's what they told us. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. You want to make an onion go cook? Smash it. How much have you paid for gasoline? $81 the last time I filled up. I'm at a half a tank now. Prayers to everyone who has been illegally, unlawfully, unalived by these savages. Know that the souls of these people and their entire generations are going to be riddled with nothing but grief. And all the politicians who co-sign, same with you. Same with you all. Same with you all. Mm-hmm. Just continue unaliving. And Meta, you are the biggest you know what, because you are horizontal with them. Meta has the effing balls to say, well, some people find it offensive. Is it offensive when there are body parts exposed? Is it offensive? Is it offensive when Israelis are raping little boys? Is that offensive? Okay. The pedophile nation, right? I told everybody that I had a condo in Florida and I had rented it. I had people that would stay. It was before Airbnb. Israeli doctor. Now, I wasn't, because of the media, like everything was hush-hush. They weren't discussing a lot of stuff going on. This guy came with the realtor. And the realtor, she was a young girl, attractive girl. And so there were three of them. The realtor and this young Filipino guy, I thought was with the girl, right? Well, the young Filipino was this Israeli doctor's boy toy, right? And what this guy was doing, he was doing surgical procedures in the condo. Surgical procedures in the condo, right? Robbed the furniture that was there, trashed the place. And then when I made a report to the Broward County Sheriff with their highbrow intellect, which is in the sewer. Oh, he was there, so that means what? What, you fucking mutt? No, it belonged to me. They all bowed down. They all bowed down. They're useless sacks of shit. They're useless sacks of shit. Broward County, when Hurricane Wilma came through on the property of Palm Air, some sheriff was on the grounds. I said, "Excuse me, you got a staging ground? You got any staging ground set up?" What? What's that? I said staging grounds, staging areas for emergency relief so that the citizenry can go seek relief. Water, food. Oh, we don't do that here. Fuck out of here. Same thing up here. When Maria came and struck Puerto Rico and did extreme damage, I had emailed the sheriff, then Butch Anderson, and I said, listen, we could, because I know emergency services and how the military is supposed to go, you're supposed to send relief. These cucks up here, what happened was I emailed them, I have the emails too. I said, you can have emergency relief to be sent down there. And it was this woman who worked at the convention center, which is now another name. Neshwat now is the name, but it was the McCall Convention Center. I said, we could have it set up there. Oh, what? You do that? She was the wife of the then sheriff, the Sheriff Anderson, who died. They did nothing. You understand? They did nothing. They did nothing. Because it has become quite apparent that they're only going to do what's going to benefit their supporters. Like when he went down there and he was tossing paper towels to people. Ugh. Yeah. Now, how well do you know white trash? Damn well, very well. Fucking people. Yep. Because if it doesn't suit them and what's for them, they're not going to get involved. They're not going to get involved. This is the society we live in. I need to get better knives. I really, really do. But anyway, in the meantime, here's the onions. I gotta rinse the onions off. I cannot cook anything without it being rinsed and washed. Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll be back. Bye.